just different.
What's going on, fellas? My name is Wes, and I want to welcome you to the Stoic Lounge, a place where men can be men, talk about our issues, talk about what we like, don't like, love, and love to hate. But most importantly, it's about being stoic. So today, we have another interesting story that is about to be told. Coming from a young man who grew up in San Diego, California.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And, went through some things as a child. He had to be, he was faced with one of those situations where he probably had to grow up a little bit before his time, but he made it through. And, he was in a situation when he got a little older and he was possibly looking at a lot of jail time, something that's sometimes normal in our culture. But, hey, he found a way how to get out of it. And, and he's now ready to tell his story and talk about how he became the successful businessman that he is today. And, Dalesean, man, I want to thank you for coming through, man, and giving me some time out of your 24. Greatly appreciate it.
Most definitely. It's a pleasure, brother. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. And so what I want you to do, man, is just, talk to the people out here. Tell them your story. Tell them where you came from and some of the things that you went through. So, the floor is yours.
So my name is Dalesean Lynch, and I'm the founder of Amir Alliance for Success. I grew up in southeast San Diego to a mother of 10. Father went to prison when I was 4 years old. My upbringing was pretty much broken. My role models that I used to look up to were pimps, drug dealers, gang members. I've seen a lot of different things happening in the city of southeast San Diego, and it was rough. It was rough growing up here, like not having no father, not having a male figure in the home to, teach you how to become a man. Your mom can only, teach you so much, and, she did the best she could for what she had, It was times where, I had to, work to help pay bills, like took away from me being a kid.
Yeah, you pretty much had to grow up fast. Now, you said family of 10 brothers and sisters.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
So with 10 brothers and sisters, what number are you?
I'm the sixth kid.
You're number 6.
Yes.
Okay. So I know with being the 6th kid, man, you was probably beat up here and there by the big brothers, right?
Oh, yeah. Sisters was whooping on me.
Sisters?
Sisters was whooping on me. Big bro was whooping on me. I was getting jumped on, getting all my snacks and money taken from me because I was the baby, basically,
Yeah, you took your lickings here and there, huh?
Yes, sir.
Man.
Yes, sir.
So, man, with your mom being single now, I mean, was it at any point where, was there any other men in your life? Did you have any uncles or anything like that who would come through? Or was it just strictly your brothers and friends?
Honestly, it was my brothers, but, a couple coaches, stepped up and kind of mentored me in my life. I had a couple older cousins who I just kind of watched them make mistakes and watched them do things that were wrong and where they went to prison and, some didn't make it, some not breathing no more. And I learned from their mistakes and their struggles. And I say, you know what, this ain't really the life that I want, but how you grow up in a community, you find yourself being a product of the community.
Yeah.
You see yourself doing the things that you think, okay, this is normal. And I took a couple mentors to actually, like Coach Jeff Harper Harris, who actually took me under his wing and kind of just molded me, was showing me different things and different outlooks at life,
Yeah. Well, then you said Coach Jeff. Was that through a youth program, or was that in high school or something?
High school. He's a high school basketball coach.
All right. Now, were you able to play any type of youth sports or anything like that?
Very little. Moms had so many kids, we couldn't afford to play for any, rec teams or any of that stuff like that. Now they're free, but back then all that stuff cost. I just played in high school. That was it.
Okay, playing high school ball and stuff. So, man, I just want to touch a little bit on when you were young, because I know sometimes, man, we're thrown into certain things at a certain age, and sometimes we're thrown into things that we're just not ready for. Were there things that you were doing that you were kind of forced to do? Not forced as in you better do this, but forced as in, hey, we need to do this in order to survive, kind of forced.
Most definitely. I felt like I did get, I'm going to use the word robbed from my childhood, because I felt like I was a kid making adult decisions.
Yeah.
but I understand that I had to. I didn't have no choice because we needed to eat, and my mom was a single mother, trying to put food on the table and for 10 kids,
Yeah.
and that was hard, so I found myself working, getting a job and helping moms pay light bills and cable bills and stuff like that. And it was one of those feelings like being a son, you never want to see your mama struggle.
Yeah. True.
And as a kid, you really don't even realize it is a struggle and what's
Yeah.
really going on,
Yeah.
and just to add to that, because like as a kid you think, I wish I had this, I wish I had this, I
True.
wish I
Yeah.
had that, and those that could kind of cloud you.
Yeah.
You be blind by a lot of different things, thinking you wish you had all these things.
Yeah.
So yes, I do feel like being a kid, enjoy being a kid,
Being a
like,
kid,
because
yeah.
when you
That's
get
true.
older, that you miss those times, But I felt like in my circumstances, I had to do what I had to do,
Yeah.
for my siblings. I was always had the mentality to hustle, to go get it. I was always hungry to make things happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I know sometimes we can be robbed of our youth, some kids, really, really have it bad. You hear about certain kids in other countries and stuff like that, man, where it's like they're young, having to go through a lot of a lot of things, transitioning to an adult and stuff like that. So, man, so as you're making this transition through life now, man, you're going through your teenage years and stuff like that, man. How was it on the streets of San Diego where you were growing up? Could you say that you grew up around a lot of drugs, or it was the gang activity was there, man? How did you stay away from all of that stuff?
I found myself, honestly, like I seen it. A lot growing up,
Yeah,
from walking home and being shot at walking home,
man.
just seeing my older relatives and uncles and stuff going through the struggles and the violence and all that stuff. What kind of deterred me from getting away from that was just knowing that, I had to realize, I had to retrain myself. I had to take out all that knowledge that I thought was knowledge. I had to throw that away and actually go start picking up books and start being around older mentors, because, with the gang stuff, like I went to Gompers High School.
Okay.
And, if anybody knows San Diego, Gompers High School is in a Crip neighborhood, and that all my family were gang members. They were Bloods, and that's just was just like, hey, this is what the family is, and going to Gompers, it was like it was hard. It was hard, and then I
Yeah.
seen so many people, lose their lives and fighting every day to just try to make it home, and I just got tired of it. I was like, you know what, this ain't the life I want to live. I
Yeah.
don't want to have to go looking over my shoulder
Yeah.
everywhere I go, and seeing that, we find a way to think that, okay, this is where I'm from. The world is so big.
Yeah.
The world is so big, and once you change your mindset, like I had to change my mindset. Like even with I seen like people lose their life, right? And the first thing as is growing up in the community, you think, okay, we always got to retaliate.
Yeah.
But we're retaliating and don't even know who we're retaliating on. We
Yeah.
hitting an innocent young man, young woman, and now we got another grandmother crying, another mom crying.
Yeah,
We're
true.
not even thinking,
Yeah.
but we thinking that that's what we supposed to do. Honestly, let the police do their job. That's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. Now, you said you watched people or witnessed people lose their lives. Now, did you just know of some of the homies that probably got killed, or did you actually ever witness, bam, somebody getting killed right in front of you?
Nah, just seeing people that I knew in the past just losing
Yeah.
their life and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Due to all the activity and stuff that was going on. Yeah, man, because between those 80s and 90s, man, the early part of 2000s, man, it was rough. I think it was rough everywhere, So I think a lot of the streets were hot and heavy with the gang
But
activity.
I can say, like, a lot of it, like, even with myself, when I found myself trying to walk into that life, for me, it was more so about like family. It was a family
Yeah.
thing. It was like, feeling safe. It wasn't to go out and hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't never want to go and just take another man's life like that. I feel like that's wrong. You know what I mean? And for me, it was more so like safety. I just want to make sure we get home safe. I want to make sure that my people good, and my family's good,
Yeah.
and it's something that I recommend, like, people to understand, like, it's not the life you want. Like, growing up in Southeast and gangbanging, you don't get paid for that.
No,
what
you
I'm
don't.
saying? You
No.
know what I mean? And half of the ones that's living that life, they don't even have life insurance.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they putting their mom through so much pain and heartache. You're worrying about them every day they walk out the house.
Yeah. True.
So for me, I always kind of just had to like realize, like, this ain't it.
Yeah,
And
it's not the life.
that was kind of my thing.
Okay. I want to talk about the incident that led up to you possibly spending some real serious time in jail, man. So let's talk about that for a minute
Okay.
and how that all transpired.
So that happened. Being outside, going out with my friends. We out at a nightclub,
Yeah.
having fun, and you know how it is. Always that one moment where somebody may step on somebody's shoe, and sometimes half of the time people don't say excuse me. They don't
Yeah.
apologize.
All
They
it
go
take.
they go
Yeah.
instant to what's up? What you mean? What you want to do?
Yeah.
And it was one of those moments, and my brother actually started fighting first, and that rule. If your brother fight, you fight. And as I was trying to stop everything, a guy came and swung and socked me, and I defended myself. I did what I was taught. So I hit you
Yeah.
first, you hit him back. So as that fight was going on, police come. I take off walking. My brother take off walking, and next thing you know, they took my brother and another friend to jail.
Okay.
I assumed that my brother took the rap. I'm about to get ready to have a son, and I'm like, you know what, life, like, man, like, all right, I want to try to put this behind me. My brother went to jail for this. Maybe he just took it all from me. Right before coming up on a year, they put a warrant out for my arrest.
Man.
A Marine videotaped it and put that. How they caught me was the Marine videotaped the fight and put it on Instagram. And
Good old
that's
social media.
Social
Man.
media is dangerous. So that's how they end up picking up the charges on me. And I turned myself in. My bail was $100,000, and I was facing 17 years in prison. And as I was
So you were facing 17 years in prison. What was the reason for a 17-year charge against you? I mean, because you said you guys just got into a fight and you beat the guy up. So, I mean, what was 17 years about?
17 years was about. I felt like so some of the people that were around were documented gang members. I'm not a documented gang member.
Okay.
So with the 10 years is that as being a documented gang member with the gang enhancement.
Okay.
And then they were trying to make this as it was a gang fight, which it wasn't a gang fight. And then 7 years was for the offense. So I was charged with 2 counts of GBI, and then I was assault with a deadly weapon. There was no weapon involved.
Okay. GBI was.
GBI.
Wait, what is GBI?
Great bodily injury.
Okay, great bodily injury inflicted on a person that was beat up. Okay, all right.
So I had 2 counts of that, and then I had assault with a deadly weapon. And that was my first offense ever getting in trouble. And when I turned myself in, I'm like looking at these charges, and I'm talking to my public defender, and I'm like, what's all this? Like I'm not, And she was saying, okay, I need to get to know you.
Yeah.
And so we started to go over who I am as a man. And I told her I coach high school basketball. I work for the city of San Diego. I have kids. I'm really active in my community.
Yes.
And so we actually so long story short, she started to get to know who I was, and I love her to this day. She made a binder full of all the stuff that I've done in my life.
All right.
And when we went to court, I had a gang detective testify against me saying that I was a documented gang member. And the way that they were trying to say I was a documented gang member, and this is for the kids out there, the way they can document you is by somebody admitting that you're in a gang.
Okay.
You're being stopped in gang areas. You're wearing gang clothing. You have pictures of you tossing up gang signs. All those things that they could use against you to say that you're a documented gang member. But mind you, beginning of this podcast, my family were in gangs.
Everybody's associated.
Everybody was associated. So you're saying I can't be around my family?
Yeah.
You're pulling up a picture of me being one of my cousins?
Yeah.
And saying, oh, since look, you're in the picture with him, you're a gang member too.
Yeah, association by affiliation.
Exactly. So they try to use that against me. And the judge ended up dropping that charge.
Okay, good.
He ended up dropping that charge. And I ended up taking a deal. I had to take a deal where I had to go to jail on the weekends. I had to do community service. I had to do anger management. I had to pay a fine. I had to do all those things, to save my life.
Yeah.
Jail ain't for me. That's not a place I want to go.
Sure.
And I realized that they were trying to make an example out of me.
Mm-hmm.
For somebody to get into a fight doing something so normal, like it's not like, and this is what I tell my son, like fighting it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you think you won the fight, but you really lost. You lose so much more.
Yeah,
Time,
you do. Yeah.
time, money, your family. I could have lost my family based off of that one
Yeah,
incident.
that one incident.
You
Yeah,
know.
just took everything. Right. Now you said that you were charged. You had aggravated assault, deadly weapon. What was the deadly weapon?
There was no weapon. It was just hands. There was no weapon. So by law,
man.
by law is it. So if when you get into a fight, if me and you get into a fight here, and you hit me, and you fall onto the floor, and you keep pounding, but I hit you first, but you got me back, and I fell to the floor, and you kept pounding. Now you're no longer the victim. I'm the victim. Because I was on the floor.
Yeah.
So they saying technically, if you get into a fight and somebody falls on the floor, you're supposed to stop. But growing up in the inner city, you ain't stopping. Mom said they may go get a gun, may go get a knife. So you're gonna continue to keep fighting.
Yeah.
You know, so and that's why I say I had to change the way that I was my thinking and the way that I was taught, because just because you're taught certain things as a kid, that may not always be right.
Living in the inner city and being influenced by certain people, but and also you had the family members. So yeah, you kind of grow up with that way of thinking, like this is of course what we're supposed to do in order to defend ourselves. But man, it's just a trip how the prosecutors and the DA attacks you sometimes. And and it's always like they want to say that you're guilty because of association. But like you were saying, I live in this area, so I'm going to know the gang members. I might have relatives that are the gang members. And then the style of dress, everybody's damn near dressing the same way.
Right.
And especially when your money is funny, you're getting hand-me-downs and stuff like that. So most of the time you have no choice but to dress the same way as everybody else is kind of dressing. So yeah, for them to throw all of those things on you, say, well, these are the things that make you a gang member. I can see if you're in pictures and you throwing up gang signs. All right, come on, And sometimes that folks still, just because they're from somewhere, they might toss something up, but they really don't roll like that.
Right.
So after going through that whole process, man, I'm sure you were nervous. Like, man, I'm possibly So did they tell you? Like, they set you down and said, look, you're looking at 17 years up here. I know you said that for these particular things that you did, these were the charges, which you might get, but is this what they
that's what I was facing, the 17, because I wanted to like, I don't want to take nothing.
Yeah.
But if I would have lost and take it to trial, I'd have been doing 17 years. And it's like something that's so small. And that's why I when I talk to people and I let people know, like, it takes a couple seconds to ruin your life.
It does, yeah.
To ruin your life. Just doing. You thinking it's just a regular fight, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even worth it.
Yeah.
At all. Like, and I understand now, and it's funny because, like, now that I think about getting into fights, I tell my homies, like, I'm not helping you fight.
Mm-hmm.
I rather the way I'm gonna help you is by dragging you up out of here.
Yeah.
Me and you may have to get into a fight before I let you hurt somebody else.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they not gonna get over it. Me and you will get over it. So by me helping you is getting you out of the situation, not helping you fight.
True.
That's hurting it. That's making it worse. And then at the end of the day, half of the time, we don't even think. Like, say for instance, you want to fight, but this guy got a gun today.
Yeah.
What if you beat this guy up and he can't take the fact that you just beat him up? Now he went and got a gun or he got a knife.
You see it all the time.
So it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all.
Yeah, that's why we walk away, right?
Yeah, that's right. Walk away, no drama today. Yeah.
Well, definitely walk away, no drama today, man. And and I think this is something that needs to be told, man, because, man, I mean, I was there too, and being young and being out there and just wanting to get into those brawls, those fights, those rumbles and stuff like that, man. But when you start getting older and start realizing that you have a lot more to live for, you were at a point in your life, you were about to have a child.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what was that experience like, knowing that, man, I got a baby on the way and I'm possibly looking at doing time?
Wow, that's funny because I felt like, nah, man, this can't happen. Like, this, I got to wake up. This ain't it. Like, man, you possibly looking at 17 years in prison. You about to throw your life away.
Yeah.
Like, over something that was just so small. Like, you ain't out here committing crime. You ain't out here hurting people. You know what I mean? You got into a fight, but you ain't out here causing no problems. Like, this is your first time. You never been in juvenile hall. Like, that ain't you, You've been around here. You always found a way. Like, I don't know. God has always had, like, something over me to where he always protected me. I was able to do things and,
Yeah.
and I was always protected. But, like, I was scared. I was scared and paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
Thought about running, and I was just like, nah, that's going to make it worse.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, got to drag you back over here from somewhere.
For me, it's just, I had to just see a different light of like what I want in my life and
Yeah.
the things that I wanted to do differently. Like half of the time we don't think, and that's why I'm like now I do more thinking. Like say for instance, we say we're going out, right? We're going out to go have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Our whole goal is to have a good time.
Yeah.
We're going out to hang out with us to enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
We're not going out here to go look for fights or to get into fights. So sometimes I feel like we get lost when we go outside and we go out and then somebody bumped us. Next thing you know, we just let this person mess up our whole night and dictate what we got going on there.
Yeah, because it comes down to I ain't gonna let nobody punk me.
Right.
It's like, all right, man, we still doing that.
Right, we still doing that, but now we're not. But think even deeper though. So we came out to have a good time. At the end of the day, you got kids at home.
Yeah. Yes.
You got a job.
Mm-hmm.
So you willing to throw all that away because this dude he stepped on your shoe.
Yeah.
Or this guy didn't apologize.
Yeah.
Or this guy is just being rude. You willing to throw everything away, and that's why when I'm outside now, I talk to people like, is it really worth it?
Mm-hmm. True.
Protect yourself at all times. Protect yourself, but you can avoid, and you can always de-escalate.
Yeah.
Like if I have a problem with you, I'd rather talk to you like a man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Because and we could go around the corner and talk about it where we don't have a show. We don't have to put on a show because all these people that want to egg things on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Don't have to entertain it.
You don't have to entertain it.
Definitely.
And it's hard, and that's the hardest thing to do as men, to be able to say, you know, brother, I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody, we all want to be the tough guy. Sometimes you need to put that tough guy down.
You do.
Get that little guy off your shoulder and say, man, you know what, brother, I apologize, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I made a mistake.
Yeah.
You know, we got to take ownership for what we do.
Definitely. Definitely. So, man, all right. So after going through everything that you went through, childhood and everything, coming into adulthood, about to have a child on the way, experiencing this thing dealing with incarceration. At what point did you decide, you know what, I need to start a business. I need to start doing something differently.
Honestly, it took me actually just like thinking about the whole night, the whole situation, and I was like, man, I need this. Like, what? I should have walked away. But then I realized that my childhood, this is what I learned as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you're gonna tell me that I should just have walked away? And I'm like, nah, mom used to always say, somebody hit you first, you hit them back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I kept playing that in my mind. But then again, I had to think even deeper.
Yeah.
You know, as a kid, when you get into a fight at school, right? You like, well, my mom was saying somebody hit me first,
Yeah.
you can hit
Hit
them
'em
back,
back.
right?
Mhm.
But I never went home and told mom that, mom, I sat right here in this dude face for 5-10 minutes, waiting for him to hit me,
Yeah.
egging him on for him to hit me, and then he hit me, then I defended myself. But I had an opportunity to walk away from it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because the fight started with what? An argument.
Mm-hmm. Like they usually do.
It started with an argument. So you always got a chance to walk away.
You do.
But our pride, our ego don't allow us to at times, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as I was going through my corporate, I'm like, man, what could I have done differently? And I was like, I should have walked away. And then
And you know what? To add to that, I know we always say our pride and our ego, but sometimes the people you're affiliated with doesn't allow you to walk away.
true.
Because now you're concerned about what they're going to be saying
Yes.
about you.
Yes.
You know, so that can drag you into a situation too.
Yes, most definitely. And just to add to that, you will have that homie who wants to see you get into this fight.
Yeah.
Wants to, the way he's egging things on so much to just get you all hyped up.
Yeah.
Because he don't understand that, bro, you're helping me lose. You're helping me ruin my life.
Yeah.
Like, I lost a lot of friends because I don't hang out with a lot of people just based off of, I'd rather be by myself than go hang out with a bunch of guys that's out here looking for trouble.
Mm-hmm. True.
Or who don't know how to avoid, who don't know how to be the bigger person and say, nah, this ain't worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're right, you do have those homies that say, oh, he didn't help me.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have my back. I'm like, bro, I had your back, bro. But my way was making sure you get back safe to your family.
Mm-hmm.
Get back to your kids.
Yeah.
Go to work in the morning. That's how I had your back.
Yeah.
Me and you fighting and tearing this club, but we don't win nothing from that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing at all, but a whole bunch of either jail time or, like you said, you're in there and you're paying fines and stuff like that. And
Right,
you don't
or-
want them in your, worst case scenario.
But look, go even deeper. Say me and you out, and I'm helping you fight, and next thing you know, this guy end up pulling out a gun, you lose your life. How am I going to explain that to your kids?
Yeah.
How am I going to explain that to your kids that I was right there? I could have avoided. I could have just grabbed you. I could have roughed you up and said, bro, let's go. Tackled you down and holded you down. Instead of you sitting here, me helping you fight, and this dude just took your life. Now I got to go explain this to your wife, your kids.
Yeah, and that's hard.
And that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I feel like as black men, we have to be more strong with each other and say, you know what, brother, I got you.
Yeah, yeah.
I got you, but we have to promote that. We got to promote more peace and more love and more being more genuine with one another. You know, half of the time we see each other, we don't even want to speak.
That's true, and I get that a lot, man. And and that's one thing I don't understand. I'm like, why are some of the black men that I come in contact with so mean all the time? It's almost like, do they feel like because they grew up in a certain area, they got to have this particular type of attitude? You know what I'm saying? Here I am wanting to be the cool one all the time, you know, friendly guy. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? And I get the mean mug.
You get the mean mug.
I don't get nothing in response. And it's like, all right, I get it. And sometimes I'll chuckle and I'll walk away like, I can't believe that grown men are still acting like that.
Yes. I'm going to be honest. As a kid, I ain't growing up into, you know, in my early 20s, I used to be like that. Like, I felt like it was like when we see another brother, we had to swell up. We had to, you know, put this, put that testosterone, like, you know, and we miss a lot of blessings that way. Mm-hmm. We miss a lot of blessings because we won't even just give each other simple, hey, what's up, brother? How you doing? But you never know. You just missed a blessing because you never know how that guy could have blessed you in your life. What type of resources, what type of business, or where y'all could connect, whatever. Yeah. You just missed it because you want to be tough. And just to add to what you just said, yes, a lot of people carry that aura from where they from.
Yeah.
I had a cat that I met from Detroit, and he came out to San Diego with the Detroit mentality. I'm like, bro, you don't gotta be rude and mean to everybody. Mm-hmm. I said, bro, you know, we're in San Diego. Yes, they have some parts where it could get ugly like that. You're in Pacific Beach. You're downtown, trying to be tough and treat people like nothing. Don't need it. We don't need that here. Yeah. You know, but I'm from Detroit. I understand that, but you're not in Detroit right now. So switch the mentality.
Yeah, but then where you from is where you at.
It's at exactly. Exactly. You know. And so you have to adjust.
You do.
You can't come out here with that mentality and think you're going to run stuff out here. Mm-hmm. It ain't going to work like that. Mess around and lose your life.
Yeah, you can. And I've heard of several situations of people coming out here and losing their lives. Yeah, man.
And what's sad about it is just like in life, you know, eventually as we have kids, you know, you have a mother, you have a father, we're not living just for us no more. We're living for them.
Yeah.
Our choices impact them.
Yeah.
And half of the time we don't think about that. Like right now, if I leave out and go out right now, in the back of my mind, I think about my kids. Mm-hmm. I think about my job. I think about my life. I think about my mom. I think about all these things because right now, my family, we've been taking hit after hit. We just lost a couple family members, and they've been really, really young. And choices. Yeah. Choices. The choices that we make, like, that's causing so much pain on your grandmother and your mama off the choices that you're making. Yeah. But you wake up every morning and say, I love my mom. They're the most important people. Grandma, the most important person in my life. But you out here making bad decisions.
And I know we always say grandmothers and mothers, but we got a whole lot of men out here too. We got grandfathers and fathers and stuff that's still around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, I want to make sure we include the men up in here because I know sometimes we kind of throw the men by the wayside, and it's like, nah, man, we still, you know, I got a whole lot of uncles, great uncles that's still around. You know, who's been an influence in my life, and you know, and I'm pretty sure any one of them would hate to see me go. You know what I'm saying? So,
most definitely.
So we still got those men around. Now, man, I want to get back into the business. The walk away, no drama today. You know, shirt I got on, walk away. You know, I love sport my baby blue shirt, man. You know, bring the guns out with it and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
You know, so man, tell us about we pretty much have an idea of where the walk away, no drama today came from, based off of what you experienced.
Based off that event that night, walk away, no drama day came about. But the business part of it came just. At first I thought I was just gonna be selling T-shirts. I'm like, man, this saying right here is dope. I'm about to be just selling T-shirts. But then I realized that I wanted to help my community.
Okay.
So, and I was doing that while I was selling T-shirts. I'm doing events. I'm making money. I'm giving it back to my community. I'm doing different things. And then, so before let me backtrack. So I'm making shirts at the time. I'm making shirts, and the shirts say "Walk away, no drama today." And as I'm selling the T-shirts at the trunk of my car,
all right,
they're moving. They're moving fast. Next thing you know, I pulled up in front of a 7-Eleven. I pull up I get off of work about 8. I'll be out there till about 4 o'clock in the morning selling T-shirts in front of 7-Eleven. So as I'm selling the T-shirts, I start meeting people.
Yeah.
People start asking me, "Yeah, I like the shirts. Hey, what does it mean? This and that." So I'm telling my story, and then I had a couple people tell me, "Dalesean, you should become a nonprofit." The reason why I didn't become a nonprofit right out the gate because I wanted a hand up, not a handout. I wanted to give you something in return versus you just out here asking for donation.
I can see. Okay.
So I wanted to give. So when you buy a shirt, it's basically a donation, but you get something in return.
Yeah.
I didn't want to depend on government grants.
Okay.
I wanted to run my own thing. I wanted to build my own income, my own money, all my own resources.
Okay.
So as I'm doing that, I'm outside in front of 7-Eleven. I end up getting kicked out in front of the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
The owner's like, "Hey, sir, you can't be out here no more." This and that, and I was like, all right, cool. It's funny because the guys that worked at 7-Eleven, he stopped wearing 7-Eleven shirts. He was behind the cash. Yeah, she was behind the cash register wearing walk away, no Jamba Day shirts, different colors.
Yours.
Yeah. So I think I was causing too much friction over here at the 7-Eleven, but it was all for positivity. All was a good cause. But so I ended up leaving there, and I took my talents to Pacific Beach, and I started to stand outside of bars and clubs and restaurants and start talking to people.
Okay.
There's been times where I had to stop people from getting shot, stop people from getting stabbing each other, all different type of things out there.
Yeah.
I felt like I needed to go back in the rim where I started. I got into a fight leaving the club.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, they always ask, "Sean, why are you always outside and in front of these clubs?" Because I want to stop people from making bad decisions.
Okay.
So long story short, keep going. I'm selling my T-shirts, and then I'm like, I met a couple guys. They're like, "Man, I'm trying to become a nonprofit," and I was like, "Nah, I slept on it." So like in the year 2019, I filed to become a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
The reason for that is because if I wanted to help more people, I needed to get more resources, and they have different type of tax breaks and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
But, I started to put, honestly, my nonprofit is based off my life experiences, things that I've been through. Like, I do a toy drive every year. And the reason why I do this toy drive every year is because I remember being 5, 6, 7 years old, waking up, and there's nothing under the tree.
Man.
Or if it is, it's maybe 1 or 2 toys.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, I come from a house of 10, so it's hard to get everybody, getting something for Christmas, but also even being a kid to make a list.
Yeah.
We can't make no list. Anything I put on a list, moms is not going to be able to get it because it's hard times,
It's really a wish list.
Right. It's really a wish list. Exactly. But it was times where moms, we had to go stand in line at the Jackie Robinson YMCA, the American Legion, Salvation Army. We used to stand in these lines to get toys for Christmas, and I remember that feeling, man. That was a hurtful feeling, waking up and not having nothing,
Yeah.
So what I did was like, I started my own toy drive.
Okay.
So I do a toy drive every year at John Adams Apartments, which is called Hillside View now. I give away about 10,000 toys to families who live in there.
That's cool.
It's a low-income housing unit, and I do it because I know the feeling, and I know it's kids in there that are going through the same things that I went through. So I want to be able to provide them, well, not with just toys, but we give them clothes, shoes, food. We give them things that they need, to get them, not just go through for Christmas, but do your every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that. So that was a pain that I had, and I was like, you know what, I want to be able to go back to my city and give back.
Yeah.
And I always used to tell myself like I wanted to be a millionaire, but I was like, you don't have to be a millionaire to get back.
Yeah.
You have to have that heart, and I have the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And so like a lot of my events that I do with my organization is based off things that I went through.
Okay.
Just last week, I just had my 5th annual prom experience.
Okay.
Where we sponsored about 8 seniors to go to prom. The reason why I did that, again, based off my life, it was a struggle for me to go to prom. My mom couldn't afford to buy me no suit. My mom couldn't afford to rent a suit. I didn't have transportation. I didn't have all these things. So I took it upon myself. When I graduated, I was like, I'm gonna go back to Lincoln High School, and I'm gonna make sure kids don't have to go to that. So it's called the prom experience. They get to go to JCPenney's, the store is closed just for them. They get to shop and get whatever they want, from hair, makeup, nails, suits, dresses.
That's cool.
And then we also set up a VIP room for them, but that was really based off something I've been through.
Yeah.
I didn't, I couldn't afford it. But now I'm paying it forward and giving back to other kids. And then hopefully one day they're going to be able to give back. And I don't know which way they're going to be able to do it, but if they want to go and sponsor kids to go to prom, or they want to go to the elementary school and read to the younger kids, but teaching them how to give back. But they write essays. That's how I select the kids.
Okay.
So a lot of my business is based off things that I've been through in my life, and just trying to bring some resources and some light to my community, and to be able to let them know there is a way out.
Yeah.
I was one of those kids that just, used to say, man, I wish I had a different life. I wish I wanted this. And now I think back on life. I thank God for everything that I've been through. I thank my mother and my father for the things that I went through, because if I did not struggle, I would not be the man that I am today.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be in the community making the difference that I'm making.
Yeah.
Everybody say you should move out the hood. No, I want to stay in my community.
Yeah.
I want to build it up.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, man. Well, I mean, I'm sure you are making a real big impact. I mean, just the toys alone.
Yes.
And I've seen some of your Instagram from your humble beginnings, where it was a few toys to like, man, I need to go pick something about that all that stuff up in there, man. So you got the toy drive. You deal with the older teenagers with prom. And making sure that make sure they go, able to go to prom. I mean, you're doing you're coaching high school basketball too, and you have the business, and that's where we're at right now. Walk away, no drama today, man. And this setup is like nice up in here, man.
Thank you, brother.
And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do it up in here, because I'm like, man, if we can do it in your van, Daddy, it's different.
Yes,
as opposed to me doing it in the same spot all the time, man. Get in here and do something a little different, and I like the setup, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is the mobile store, the Walk Away No Drama Today store. This idea came about just real quick. I was tired of selling my shirts out of the trunk of my car. I wanted to have a better presentation when you're buying my stuff. I feel like my shirts are quality, and I'm like the way I present them. I wanted to be more on the upscale level as well.
Yeah.
So during COVID happened, I got some time to finally sit down and think and brainstorm. And while the world was stopped, I was like, you know what? I want a store, but I'm like, nah, I don't think I need a storefront.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna work. The overhead, everything that comes with it, just didn't make
the
sense.
whole brick and mortar
So
thing.
that didn't make sense for me. So I was like, you know what? Let me get a bus. I was thinking about getting a yellow bus, but I was like, well, where I'm gonna park that thing?
Where you gonna find that gas at?
Yeah, that gas yellow bus, that ain't gonna work. So then I said a motorhome. I was like, that's still too big.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with a Sprinter. And I ended up turning the Sprinter into a mobile store, and it's just a next level of thinking, because if you think about it, like there's no overhead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't gotta pay no light bills. I don't have to. My store got to be closed at this time. If the Padres is playing, I'm going down there where the Padres is at and open up the doors.
Yeah.
The store is to you. I'm bringing the store to you. I'm bringing the experience to you. And it's so different. It's something different in San Diego. You don't see too many of these. This is one-on-one.
Yeah.
But my goal is to inspire others to do it, because if you can turn your business into mobile, you're going to be able to reach more people.
Yeah.
People are only going to go to your store because they know about your store.
Yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm saying?
If they're
you see what I'm saying? If they regulars or your friends or whatever, but being mobile, I meet so many people. That's the blessing. I meet so many different people from different walks of life.
Yeah.
By being mobile. And they're like, whoa, what is this? And oh my gosh, this is cool. And this is a great idea. And I do this. And you never know who you're going to meet by being mobile. I want to say Tim Hill from the Padres walked right in. I didn't even know. He just walked right in like, hey man, what's going on here? And bought 3 shirts. So it's you never know. It's a blessing, and it's next level thinking when you think about overhead and stuff like that, and just running a legit business.
Yeah. No, I mean it definitely is, man. And we'll take a tour, and once we're done here, and I'll post some stuff up. But yeah, I like the setup, man. It's real like state of the art up in here. Outside of what you have going on now, do you have any plans for anything else as far as business is concerned?
Yeah, my goal is to get a couple more trucks, and so what I've been doing is I want to inspire other people. A lot of my friends may know, a lot of my family may know. Like I work hard. I work hard, and I meet a lot of people, and I'm very blessed. And a lot of my friends, that I deal with, a lot of them don't even know how much they make an impact on my life.
Yeah.
I go everywhere. I don't go nowhere without having my merchandise. I could go to a baby shower. I'm
bring something.
I'm bringing something, and there's somebody that needs a shirt. Somebody gonna want this message. Walk away, no drama today. So if it's a baby shower, a graduation, a house party, whatever. If we at a restaurant, somebody wants something. So I've been able to blessed to have a lot of friends who own businesses who allow me to go into their business and spread my brand. So what I've been doing as well is giving that back the same way it was done to me, to where I have other brands, people who have brands where they can put their stuff in the store
Okay.
and they can come work with me.
Okay.
They can come move their stuff.
Yeah.
One thing
Cool.
about me is like I believe in that hand up, hand out. I want the hand up approach. So I'm gonna give you the hand up. So while you coming in here, you having an opportunity. I don't want no money from you, no nothing. You see what I'm saying? Throw
Yeah.
something on gas or something.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
Like make your money, tell your story.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you just putting it in here. I may not tell your story like you gonna tell,
Mm-hmm.
but giving you an opportunity to be inside here and push your message, push your brand. You're gonna be able to reach the people that you want to reach.
Okay.
And so that's kind of like what I'm doing now. And then just I want to expand. Like I want to hit the road.
Yeah,
Put this on
definitely.
the road. Go to do a tour.
Mm-hmm.
Walk away, no drama today tour. So that's coming soon. Walk away, no drama today tour. My speaking engagements is coming. Is coming soon as well. Where I'm gonna be doing a high school tour as well. Where I'm hitting all the high schools here first. So
Okay.
go up to LA and just
Okay.
keep branching off.
Okay.
But yeah, the movement is big. Walk away, no drama.
Yeah.
Like how do you say no to something like that?
No, I mean, and you can't, especially, the way the world is operating today. And we know in a lot of our neighborhoods, it's a lot of drama going on.
A lot.
So it's like, man, if you can just reach out to those couple and it's like, listen, it's not necessary,
It's not. But can I say this though? Walk away, no drama. They has saved a lot of lives in my community.
I'm sure.
And it also inspired a lot of people in my community.
Yeah.
Because just a simple fact of like, growing up, being that guy, like I was one of those guys that didn't walk away from drama.
Yeah.
I was one of those guys that was like, oh, I'm gonna do whatever. But then I realized like, walk away, no drama, that saves lives. And I got some of the most toughest people known in San Diego wearing walk away, no drama today, and it's on their mind.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's not just a T-shirt; it's a lifestyle. This is something that you got to remember on your day to day. I tatted it because it's a lifestyle. It's something that I remember. It's on my brain all the time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
To where you want to be able to put this out to your community to where they can accept it as it's okay. It's okay to walk away.
Yeah.
It's okay to be the big guy. Like we're so trained to being tough and being hard. Like we don't know how to show love. Like you know what I'm saying? We don't know how to embrace each other.
Yeah.
We want to look for a reason to hurt each other than accepting each other. And
Yeah.
walk away, no drama. It's like, man, I don't got time for that, man. You a brother, man. It's all about peace, brother.
Yeah.
And I pick up on this tomorrow. If you can't get pick up this tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
And and even, I know we always talk about it, brothers, we need to make sure that we get along with each other and stuff like that, man. But, let's be honest. I mean, a lot of us grow up and we don't grow up in the Southeast. I grew up in Cedro, heavy populated Mexican area. And I think we need to get to a point too where when we're dealing with other races, it's same deal. No drama today, walk away.
Yeah.
And it's many times why I had to walk away. You outnumbered.
Right.
We not rolling deep like, y'all are, everybody was in Southeast. We're in a whole different area. And it's like, okay, well, we know we can't get this thing started, man. But anyway, I love what you're doing, man. Even when I first saw the truck, I was that same inquisitive mind, man, what's going on here? And the first time I saw it, bam, bought me a T-shirt. Like, yeah, I'll give me one definitely, man. And the quality is good. Because I hit you up about where you got them from. And,
yes, sir.
I think I didn't rock this thing like 4 or 5 times already. Throw it in the wash, bring it back out, just iron it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And, and I'm good to go, man. But before we get out of here, man, I just want to ask you a couple of things. My first one is, a lot of the times, men, we get casted away. We get put to the side. We don't express ourselves. There are a lot of things that we go through, and nobody really knows what we're going through unless we actually say it. Or nobody even cares what we might be going through. For any man out there right now, man, who might be down on his luck, who might need some help, who might need some type of guidance or something like that, but not sure how to ask for it, what would you say to that man out there in order to get him to get back to probably where he used to be?
I would say this. First thing first, you got to believe in yourself. You're going to go through hard times. You're going to go through ups and downs. But believing in yourself and understanding that it's okay to unlearn the bad behavior. It is okay to overcome your struggles. It's okay to understand that we all been through things in our life. But sometimes we have to get help with that trauma. Don't be scared to go get no therapist. I remember, in school, like we were scared to get that extra help. Go get that extra help. Don't sit and mope about it. Like take it on the chin, and understand that, like, you can break that cycle. Like you can do it. Like don't, just because you broken right now, you're not gonna be broken forever.
Yeah.
You know, overcome it. You know, believe in yourself. Go. Don't be scared to hesitate to reach out to some of your older friends, or to some role models. Don't be scared. Like, I feel a lot of it is we scared to open up.
Yeah.
We scared to open up. We see, we like, nah, he doing too good. I can't ask him for nothing. Or I don't want to talk to him. He doing better. No, go talk to him. Open up your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I would say is, and believe in God, man. Hit them knees, man. Believe in God. Pray about it.
Definitely. And my other question is, man, what is the one thing that you regret? Something you wish you can take back, something you wish you can do over again, whether it be big or small, just that one thing that just bothers you, that just rumbles through your mind day in and day out, and you're like, man.
Honestly, taking school seriously.
Okay.
I didn't take school seriously. I was a class clown. I was always about, cracking jokes, and always, saying what I can't do, and didn't push myself enough.
Yeah.
And that's because just the lifestyle that I lived, growing up, it was like I had to think about, paying for stuff, and walking home and seeing all these different things. And I never really took the time to really just push myself in school, because I had other things to worry about. There was so much drama going on. So if I could do it all again, I would for sure take school a lot seriously, and I would be more I'll be more focused.
Okay.
More focused, what I mean?
Yeah, more focused student. Yeah. I think a lot of us would probably ride with that one.
Yeah, I'll be more focused. Asking questions, staying late,
Yeah,
all those different things. Because in school, everybody used to laugh at you. Oh, you staying late? You behind with the teacher?
Yeah.
Nah. If I could go back, I'd say, the teacher would be really my best friend.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I had a teacher. She passed away. Miss Crockett took me in as a son. She played a huge role in my life in 4th grade, because she knew that I was going through things at home.
Yeah.
She knew that, like, this boy is a great young man, but he just got so many things going on. So, for instance, like, it was times where I didn't eat the night before and had to go to school empty stomach. And you know what she did? She bought a refrigerator, put it in her classroom for me, and told me to go outside, get you something to eat, and come back in and be ready to learn. That was huge. Like, sometimes she used to give me a hug. Just, hey, good morning. I love you. Give me a hug. Like, let me know, because everybody don't come to school loved. Some kids come to school to be loved.
Yeah.
I was one of those kids that came to school to be loved. So when she took me in, it was just like, it changed my whole perspective of, what a teacher should be like. As I grew older, I didn't find too many more teachers like her. And her birthday was actually a day after mine, and I always used to bring her flowers and stuff like that. She made a huge impact, and that's why I was like, now I think about, teachers don't teach for the income, it's the outcome.
Yeah.
And now I would go back and redo a lot of things.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, that's real cool to hear. So before we get out of here again, man, you want to send a shout out to the audience, man? Let them know where they can find you at, where they can reach you at. Maybe they want to purchase some product. Maybe, the van is going to be somewhere at a location or something. Let them know what's going on.
The van is always outside. We mobile. We mobile. That's what we always everywhere. We everywhere. We mobile. You can catch us. Follow us on Instagram, Amir Alliance for Success. You can also find our website is amirallianceforsuccess.com. We also got another Instagram page, Walk Away No Drama Today. And you can always catch the van downtown, Pacific Beach, Little Italy. I'm actually going to take it to Arizona soon, and probably in Atlanta. In August, go to Atlanta. So you can follow me on all those taglines. Facebook is Dalesean Lynch. Instagram is Amir Alliance for Success again. And you can catch us on Facebook under Amir Alliance for Success.
And how do you spell Amir?
AmirAllianceforsuccess.
Okay. All right, man. Good, man. Well, hopefully get some good feedback and everything, man. So, hey, I believe you had a very powerful story to tell. Hopefully you got somebody out there that listens to it and that can learn something from it. And, maybe somebody will go reach out to somebody else. And that's pretty much what we want to do on the Stoic Lounge, man. Just make an impact, talk about, like I said, things that men go through. And, and you went through some things growing up. And to me, man, looked like you had a hell of an outcome now.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. That means a lot, bro. I appreciate you having me on the podcast. It's a huge honor, and I really appreciate you giving small businesses the opportunity to tell their stories because we all got one, and everybody ain't gonna make it on the news. So for you to come out here and do this and allow not just me but others to have this opportunity to be on your podcast and just giving us a spotlight is a blessing. So I appreciate you taking time to do that as well, and hopefully, like you said, this will inspire somebody.
Yeah.
Hopefully, somebody take this podcast and understand like, hey, my life ain't that bad.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah.
I can figure this out.
Yeah.
So I thank you again, brother. I appreciate you.
All right, you're welcome, man. Hey, thanks for having me out here, man, and having me in the mobile unit here, man. Definitely. So, hey, to everybody out there listening, to everybody out there watching on YouTube or wherever the case may be, hey, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. But also, like I always say, hey, don't panic under pressure. Keep your head on the swivel. Respect all, and most definitely remember, everybody has a story to tell. What's yours? Talk to you soon.
It's just different.